Well, hello, Melbourne. Hello, in fact, to the world. My name is Sammy J, and I'm so proud to be your MC for tonight's Sleep at the G at home. But before I say another word, there's someone with far more important words to say. It gives me heaps of pleasure to welcome us to country, Wurundjeri Elder Bill Nicholson. Thank you so much, Bill.
Yes, thank you, Sammy. And thanks to the Melbourne City Mission for giving me another opportunity to do a welcome to country for such a special event that you fellas have been holding over the last number of years on Wurundjeri land. So thanks for that chance. I'd like to start off welcoming you to the land of my people in what I call the basis of anyone's culture, really, which is the language. The Wurundjeri language is called Woiwurrung. We say Wiminjika, Gabamalamangil, Banambun, Yalanbu, Warranjeri Balak, Nirinamadamik, Bill Nicholson. Welcome and greetings and good day from the Wurundjeri people. My name is Uncle Bill Nicholson. Now, I'd like to acknowledge a few people that are very special to me. All of my leaders, my cultural leaders of the past, who allowed our culture to thrive on this special land for tens of thousands of years. Our fallen warriors who fought for their sovereign rights to their land and unfortunately are no longer with us today. And also our cultural leaders of today, of all age groups, who are proud and passionate about their Aboriginal identity and are proud to go out and share it with the people who are willing to listen. The Wurundjeri people are part of an extremely diverse cultural group of people, around 270 plus different language groups spoken in Australia. We are, as I said, the Woiwurrung language. Our special connection is to the river that flows through Melbourne, commonly known as the Yarra River. We call it the Birrarung, the sacred river of mists. It is our special connection, both physically and spiritually, to our land. I'd also like to acknowledge the people of the Maribyrnong. Unfortunately, the impacts of colonisation did not allow them to be with us today, and we are the custodians of the Maribyrnong River catchment in the modern era. Now, the Wurundjeri culture thrived on this land. We didn't just get by, we thrived. A culture of inclusiveness where everyone played a very special part for the benefit of everybody. A very structured society under our laws, a very efficient society. For example, 2 to 6 hours a day to sustain your family. And I bet you a lot of people out there would like to work a lot less than the 8-hour working day that we do today. A very fit and healthy society. Games like traditional football, which are very much popular on Wurundjeri country today, and a very responsible culture. That responsibility rested with responsibility to each other and to our land, both now and into the future. And I'd like to encourage anyone in Australia, because anywhere you are in Australia on Aboriginal land, to understand we all have an individual responsibility if we want to have a sustainable, healthy future for everyone. And it all connects to what we do concerning the land and respect for one another. Now, colonisation or invasion, settlement or unsettlement, depending on your perspective, it was very difficult for our people. We almost did not get through. The message from that particular part of Australian history, let's learn from these past mistakes. Let's learn to build an understanding and a mutual respect with one another. And really, Australia could take the lead in the world if we can create some form of reconciliation and to create, so many multicultures that now live on Aboriginal lands around Australia. Get excited about it, get to learn about it, because it'd be a great journey for each individual. And don't be in fear of anything like that. Now, Wurundjeri are very resilient people. I would like to acknowledge a couple of people by name. A man named Simon Wonga. He was our first land rights advocate. William Barrack, our most famous elder of the past, I guess. He was our first human rights fighter. And his sister, Annie Borate, her children's survival allowed Wurundjeri people to be alive today. With my grandmother born in 1914 at the Corrandirt Mission and having 16 kids, she helped bring our population back, which I've got to thank Nan for that. So I'd just like to also say that it is very disappointing here in Australia, being such a wealthy country, that we do have youth homelessness. Just looking at the introductory slide there, I noted one of the young fellas there was a friend of our family, and I really believe that we should create equal opportunities for all our youth. So our youth can thrive, which will then benefit our community and then benefit us sustainably into the future. We just have too many resources and so forth in this country to allow it to happen, and we need it to stop. And good luck to everyone working with trying to stop this problem that we have in our society. Now, I'll just finish off and explain what a welcome is. A welcome to country built friendships and relationships with our extended family members and extended tribal friends. It also created a sense of safety. And a very special part of it was our smoking ceremony, where we would spiritually cleanse the people coming onto our land and the ceremony ground itself. Now, we can't even have a ceremony ground without these particular smoking ceremonies. They're a key aspect to our culture. But part of our law was that we just can't welcome everyone to country unless you respect people, country and culture. And I really respect your organisation, so I'd like to show that respect back. And I'd like to say to you all, Wiminjika Waranjeti Biik, welcome to Wurundjeri country, and I hope you enjoy the music tonight. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Bill Nicholson. That's beautiful words there. It's so lovely to have that welcome for us and to have your words as well, which we'll take with us for the show ahead. I am really honoured myself to be part of tonight and to be hosting such wonderful artists who are on the bill. There's some incredible performances and some performers coming up. But of course, as much fun as that's going to be, we are all here for a very serious reason, and that is to tackle youth homelessness. And we'll be hearing a lot more about that throughout the show alongside the performances that we're about to enjoy. But look, I want to kick off by addressing the elephant in the room, my friends, and that is the fact that you might have noticed by now, we are not at the MCG. Sorry if that comes to a shock to anyone who thought that they were at the MCG, but we're not. We're still at home. We're still looking at a screen. It's largely just like 2020 all over again. But on the upside, there was a massive thunderstorm in Melbourne. You might have experienced it about half an hour ago. So if this event was in person, right now we'd all be possibly trudging across grass from Jollymont train station or after a wet tram trip towards the MCG. So look, I like to think of this as just the universe saying, you know what, you did the right thing by trying to stay home and do Sleep at the G at home this year. Hopefully next year we'll be doing it in person. But for now, I want to send a huge shout out to the whole team at MCM who were, I don't want to use these words, but I will. They were flexible. They were adaptable. They were responsive. And, oh no, I think I'm going to throw up. They even pivoted to make this happen, to make this event happen when we all had so hoped we might be together in person. But here we are in our homes, but still together. I've been checking out the fundraisers on the website, and there's some amazing teams out there. So I want to send a big special shout out to everyone who's watching this from home. I know there are some tents going up in back gardens. Some tents maybe have been moved from the back gardens onto the porch in a rather hasty fashion before the storm hit. Some people are sleeping on the couch. Some people are in their cars or their garages. Wherever you're sleeping tonight, it may not be that comfortable, but you're doing a great thing. So by being here, you are not only taking part in something bigger than yourselves, you're also doing something tangible to support young people who are experiencing homelessness. And you know what? There's nothing more tangible than seeing your name on screen. Just there. See? That's where my name is right now, but it could be your name if you make a donation. We'll have more to say about that later on. But now it is my great pleasure to introduce our first musical act for here, Sleeping at the G at home. And this is a personal highlight for me because I've seen this incredible duo perform previously. And if you haven't, you're in for a treat. Valanga Khoza left South Africa in 1976, exiled along with many other young people because of their struggle against apartheid and racism. The music and stories he has since created reflect the places he has been and the people he has touched throughout his journey across the world as a refugee before finally settling right here in Australia. In 1996, Valanga began singing with singer-songwriter Andrea Khoza. Their musical partnership has treated audiences across Australia and the South Pacific to rich vocal harmonies, lilting tones of kalimba rhythmic guitar, and irresistible dance grooves. Performing repertoire that ranges from township jive to original, traditionally inspired melodies, all songs tell stories of the past and present, a journey reminding us of our shared humanity. It gives me so much pleasure. In fact, you know what? Let's just give them a round of applause, even though you're just at home. You know, your family might think you're a bit, if they're in the next room, but I'm going to do it. Please welcome Andrea and Valanga Khoza.
Thanks to Sammy J for that intro. Both Valanga and I are really excited to be with you here tonight, helping to raise awareness and helping to raise funds for youth homelessness. A big thanks to Melbourne City Mission, who have pursued with Sleep at the G through this COVID year. And a huge thank you to you at home, wherever you are, in your tent, in your car. It takes a community effort to make a change to those sleeping rough. Vana vakule, vana vakuleko, vana vakule, vana vakuleko. Song about sharing the land. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa manana. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa tatana. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa manana. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa tatana. Vana vakule, vana vakuleko, vana vakule, vana vakuleko, vana vakule, vana vakuleko, vana vakuleko, vana vakuleko, vana vakuleko, vana vakuleko. Bamba bira bamba 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 bamba. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa manana. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa tatana. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa manana. Sikani kurila itami bona ngwa tatana. Bana bakule, bana bakuleko, bana bakule, bana bakuleko, bana bakule, bana bakuleko, bana bakuleko, bana bakuleko, bana bakuleko, bana bakuleko. Bamba bira bamba 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 bamba bira Yebe 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 We're going to do another song which is called Bayahamba, and it's sung in
Zulu. This song talks about people who've left their homes, and in this case, it's about people who leave their countries and they find themselves homeless in refugee camps in foreign countries where they have to find a way to survive. And it also talks about helping each other because in my experience as a refugee many years ago, we only survived through the help of other people in many countries that I've had to travel through. Everybody donate. This is a very, very worthwhile cause. We gotta help each other like we're living in a small village, because the village takes care of itself by everybody getting involved in making sure that everybody is leading a worthwhile and a comfortable life. Those that have more, share with everybody in their village. Baleka we boza, baleka we boza, hey. Baleka we boza, baleka we boza, balamba bazobuya, baye, bahamba bazobuya, baye, bahamba.
Thank you. And over to you, Sammy J.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Andrea and Valanga, Khoza there. Please join me. Come on. If we all clap loud enough, we might even be able to hear ourselves from our homes around the neighborhood. I am Sammy J. If you're just joining us, you're watching Sleep at the G, coming to you live, not from the MCG as we would normally be doing, but of course we're living through a pandemic, so we're all safely in our homes right now. But that is not stopping us from getting together to share some musical love and learn a few more things about MCM, which we're about to do right now. A quarter of Victoria's homeless population is aged between 12 and 24. 12 and 24, which is more than 60,000 young people experiencing homelessness every night in Victoria. And of course, it's important to listen to organisers and supporters, and we can do that as much as we like, but to truly understand the importance of what we're doing and why we're all here tonight, we're going to hear now directly from two young people MCM has worked with on their journey to safe and secure housing. And I do just want to warn you that these stories do contain some distressing content. So please feel free to step away for a couple of minutes if you'd prefer. But for everyone else, it is so important that we share these stories so we not only appreciate the challenges that some of our young people are facing right here in our own village, as Valanga said, but also the role that MCM has had in helping them.
Grew up with a really good family, but it was kind of toxic in the same time, and there was a lot of fighting, a lot of different things. I grew up as a young carer. I took care of my mum at 8 years old. My mum was physically disabled, she was obese, she had a lot of mental health issues, and I'd seen her go in and out of the hospital a lot. When they told me in the morning that she was going to the hospital, I didn't think too much about it. And, and then, on the way, obviously, to the hospital, she's passed away. My dad was like, you have to be the man of the house, you have to do all this and stuff, and it used to sometimes get physical. One time he chased me with a knife. I slept in a tent in Victoria Park. I felt unsafe a lot of times, especially at night when we were sleeping. You're naked, you know what I mean? You got a flimsy piece of material that is keeping you away from the world, if that. I'd slept in parks or at friends' houses or in friends' basements that were the worst, grossest things in the world. And then at 18 I had my son. It was really hard to make sure that I was keeping up to his needs, but it was even harder to keep up with my mental health needs as well, and just physical needs as well with things. Almost everybody that I met that was homeless said they had some sort of anxiety or depression, and that makes it even harder to get up and to do the right thing or to do what you need to do. Getting to the places were difficult sometimes, catching public transport and stuff, or just not knowing where they were. It's sometimes hard because you might not have a phone or you might not have internet. It was a really good thing to have Marita there from Melbourne City Mission because she helped me connect to a lot of people. I was able to get a property through that, and it makes me look forward to the future now, that I can have something stable so that I can make sure my son gets everything that he needs and I get everything that I need as well.
My parents split up when I was 3. I was back and forth till the age of 12. I'd get hit at home a lot. My stepdad, for example, he would hit us stuff with the jug cord, the bowel, anything really. My stepmom, she started to hit us too. My dad, he would hit us as well, so would my mother. The day I left my birth mother's home, I had all this hate and all this anger, but I felt free. I remember I packed my bags and I put them into my auntie's car. I just felt like a burden on them. But I had also met a guy. I was going through domestic violence. Because I went through what I went through when I was younger, I thought all that stuff he was ever doing to me was nothing. When my friends would say it, they'd be like, what are you doing, Jameel? Look how he's treating you, look what he's doing to you. And I'm like, man, it's nothing. I can take it. My eye was fully closed over, 2 black eyes, my whole body covered in bruises. I was a mental kid growing up. I used to hit myself. Him doing all that traumatic stuff to me brought it all back up. That mental kid that pushed it all down was all resurfaced again. I went downhill from there. I got really bad into the drugs. It was the first time ever I ever admitted to using drugs for a Band-Aid. I came close to suicidal, to killing myself multiple times. For them having this place, I wouldn't be, I don't know where I'd be, to be honest. Before my 23rd birthday, I thought I would have been in the gutter with a needle out of my arm. I really did. That's where I was going. It's I haven't just turned my life around in that time, but good things have come out. I have a job now, a traineeship, youth services. You're going to be a youth worker. They need more organisations like this. If it wasn't for MCM, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Well, if anyone had any questions about why we are all here tonight supporting MCM or how important the work that MCM does, I think those two videos have just answered those questions. You may wish to take a moment right now. I know those videos were hard to watch. They were confronting. So if you need to, please just take a moment, take a breath. But that really was such an essential reminder of why we are all here together tonight, supporting the work that MCM does. And I encourage you, if they have stirred up any emotions for you, please talk to someone about how you're feeling. We are a village, as has been said earlier, and I think we should be repeating throughout the night. I want to share some positive news, though, with you, because both young people who were just featured are now in stable housing and moving forward with their lives. The young woman who we saw is going to study a Bachelor of Social Work, and the young man has gone back to school to learn how to become a cook. Both of them are passionate to see young people who experience the crisis that they experienced getting the support they need. And that's, of course, why they were willing to share their stories like that. It is now time for us to enjoy another spectacular musical performance. If my children came to me and said, "Hey, Dad, I want to be in a band with you," I would say, "Hell no, you are respectively 6 and 9 years old, and that would never work." However, this next guest of ours has adult children. Sarah Carroll and her two sons, Fenn and George Wilson, joined forces to create a very special musical performance for this year's online event. The three spent winter 2020 locked down at the family home in Clifton Springs and took the opportunity to play music together, posting videos online regularly, which showed a different side to each performer and gaining thousands of views. This will be the first time Sarah, Fenn, and George have performed together in quite some time, so we're very lucky to have them with us. Please welcome Sarah Carroll, Fenn Wilson, and George Wilson.
Thanks, Sammy J, and what a fantastic performance by Valanga and Andrea that was. Welcome to our section of the show. My name's Sarah Carroll. I have George Carroll Wilson, otherwise known as Polyman, over here, and Fenn Wilson here. We're going to perform 3 original songs for you this evening. Before we begin, I'd like to say that we'd like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the country that we're performing on here tonight and pay respects to elders past, present and emerging. We are all very pleased to be part of the Sleep at the G at Home event this year because youth homelessness is a terrible problem and we're really pleased to be part of such a positive solution. With that said, we're going to start with a song of mine, which I did originally write about wanting to do something about this very issue, and it's called Wrap You in a Blanket of Love. It goes like this. 2, 3, 4. On a night like tonight, I'd like to take you in. Leave the snow outside, hang your hat and slip your coat off. On a night like tonight, I'd like to take you in. Build a red gum fire and wrap you in a blanket of love. Oh, the wind is cold, but my home is filled with golden light. So let it blow, let your troubles go, we'll be alright. Ooh, on a night like tonight, let me be a friend, 'cause we can both remember the words to every song ever sung. On a night like tonight, I just might admit, you were my fascination. How I wish you were mine when we were both young. Oh, the wind is cold, but my home is filled with golden light. Ooh, so let it blow, let your troubles go, we'll be alright. Ooh, I'm in your corner like an share. Forgive your own survival and rest with me here. Oh, the wind is cold, but my home is filled with golden light. Ooh. So let it blow, let your troubles go, we'll be alright. We'll be alright. Oh, the wind is cold, but my home is filled with golden light. Ooh. So let it blow, let your troubles go, we'll be alright. Ooh. On a night like tonight, I'd like to take you in, build a red gum fire, and wrap you in a blanket of love.
This song is called Inhibitions, and it is about my inhibitions, but also the people who help me with them. Two of which are sitting next to me right now. And it goes like this. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. I'm weighted down by my own inhibitions. I've been playing the clown, but I need help down from my stage. I put myself in these painful positions where I feel I need to please every face that I meet. I'm in a cage. Oh, 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 right. Oh, 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 yeah. Hey. For years my heart has belonged to another, to the sun and the rain, to the love and the pain. Here I am. Where would I be without my father or mother to teach me what's right and guide me through the night by the hand? Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. But they're taken off my shoulder by my brother, who will tell me how it is. I'm not very old, did I mention that my whole life really seems like a convoluted dream that I live? Yes, I do, yeah, yeah. Whoa.
weighted down. I'm weighted down. Whoa.
So the three of us have done a fair bit of performing online. We were locked down last year. Lucky enough to be able to spend last winter together at home. And now we're here tonight to share some family vibes and some beautiful original music. We hope you've enjoyed. And just wanted to say a couple of things about Sleep at the G at home and about Melbourne City Mission, what incredibly important work they do. I work with young people in my other job as a teacher, and of course I'm the mother of two beautiful young people. And the thought of a young person not having anywhere to go at night or a home, a roof over his or her or their head, and nobody to just say g'day to every morning, and just the little things that make life happy and that help people to feel safe and that they belong in a community. Melbourne City Mission is doing that work every single day, and this event, Sleep at the G at home, is a huge fundraiser, the biggest fundraiser I believe that they do in this cause every year. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's jumped on board, got a team together, sponsored somebody, donated. It's really lovely of you all to do that, and we deeply appreciate it, don't we? Yeah. And we're going to finish with a song from Fenn. And I'll let him introduce it. This is Fenn Wilson.
This song's called Love Again. It's a song that I wrote for Mum. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure to donate if you're able to. It all really helps. This one's called Love Again. Teardrops fall by my window. Heaven sparks splendid arrows. Will I ever love again? Will I ever love again? Remind me of a silence where joy rode easily. Will I ever love again? Will I ever love again? Falling down, no capture. Falling down, my rapture has left me cold. Still falling down. Colors left outside my window. Waters of rain taken from me. Will I ever love again? 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 Will I ever love? Will I ever love? Will I ever love?
Beautiful, Fenn. Thanks so much, everybody. It's George Carroll Wilson, Fenn Wilson. I'm Sarah Carroll. We're going to hand back to Sammy J now. Hey, Sammy J.
Hey, Sarah, that was so beautiful. Thank you very much, Sarah Carroll, Fenn Wilson, and George Wilson. Hey, let's hear it, Melbourne. Let's hear it. And oh my goodness me, who is that clapping beside me wearing a onesie? None other than the MCM CEO who practices what she preaches by donning a onesie for the Sleep at the G at home tonight. Vicky Sutton. Good evening, Vicky.
Oh, good evening, Sammy. Thank you very much. Oh, look, and I want to thank Uncle Bill for the beautiful words and the warm welcome to country. It was really great to have Uncle Bill start us off for the night. I want to thank the two young people that came on and told their stories. You know, I've seen those stories a couple of times, and again, it's really struck me and their bravery to talk about it. I want to thank our performers too. To everyone out there, thank you. I know you're here with us tonight because you're supporting us. So, thanks for joining us tonight for the concert. It's lovely to have you here. And a special shout out to my mum. My mum I haven't seen since the pandemic. And I think this is the first thing of me she's actually watched on TV. So I'm really happy, Mum. Looking forward to seeing you Christmas. I think the boundaries are coming down. Sammy, thank you very much for being our MC tonight.
Oh, thank you, Vicky. Special hi to Vicky's mum. And to my mum, I'm seeing her tomorrow for the first time in months as well, Vicky. So she gets to see me on TV now and then, but I think she prefers me when I'm not dressing up and being a fool. How about this, though, Vicky? How about this time next year? What if we try and really make it happen and we're actually all together in person again? Wouldn't that be nice?
Oh, I think it would be amazing. This is 2 years in a row now that the pandemic has disrupted Sleep at the G for us, and it's had a really big impact. And this year we thought if we held off a little while and didn't have it in May and moved it later to the year, we might be okay. And it was looking good for a short while, and then, it struck again. So I reckon next year, and that will be our 10th Sleep at the G. So I reckon that's a really great time to come together and have a big mass gathering event back at the MCG.
Do you pledge to wear the onesie though when we are there at the G?
Oh, I pledged to wear something fun. This is the first time I've moved. This is an hoodie.
Oh yeah, I keep calling it a onesie. It's an hoodie. I'm getting my sleep terminology wrong.
These things. My daughter got me into an hoodie, but previous years I've worn onesies, so I always have a new onesie or an hoodie or something, fun to be in. But I must admit, I'm a bit hot tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the weather and I'm worried about being a bit wet out there on the balcony later on.
Well, look, the costume and the outfits are the fun bit, of course. The less fun bit are the actual facts and the reasons we're all coming together. So, Vicky, for people who are just tuning in or may not be aware, certainly not know as much as you do, can you tell us how bad youth homelessness is here in Melbourne and what causes young people to become homeless in the first place?
Yeah, sure. Look, you mentioned early on in your intro that on any given night we've got 6,000 young people without somewhere safe to sleep, looking for that, and that's around a quarter of all people seeking help, which is sort of overrepresented. The youth group are overrepresented in that, and they're coming to us really through no fault of their own. So many of the young people that we see, more than half are escaping violence in the home, half have mental health conditions. We've got young people coming from the out-of-home care system, about 20%, and a lot of young people, around 30%, are coming from the LGBTIQA+ community. And so, at the heart of it, they don't have a safe, accepting, loving family environment, and they're having to flee home. So, it's a really diabolical choice that a young person makes. It's frightening and scary, and they're normally at the end of their tether. There's no other option for them.
And there's only a couple of years, of course, between being considered a young person or a child and then being considered an adult. And no doubt these challenges, if not addressed, will continue straight on into their adulthood.
Oh, absolutely. What we see is, so young people for homelessness is around 24 up to 25 is part of the youth homelessness system. And what we see is that adult rough sleepers half of all adult rough sleepers had their first experience of homelessness when they were young. And so if we can put in place the right interventions when they're young and they first present to our services, that means that we can prevent them becoming entrenched in this system, which has very significant impacts on their mental health and on, their capacity to just go on and have an ordinary life.
I find it like, I'm speaking plainly, Vicky, if I may, like, the traditional view of, if you imagined a homeless person, is someone who is far older than 24.
Yeah, look, it's probably rough sleepers that you see, for example, in the city, tend to be older adult rough sleepers. With young people, it can be more invisible for a period of time. So the first point of call for most young people is couch surfing with extended family and with friends. And they will do that, for quite a period of time, but ultimately they'll wear out their welcome. And, in COVID at the moment, that's been really hard for young people to sustain. When everyone's staying at home and houses are perhaps overcrowded and COVID is an extra virus, that poses a risk to that household, that's one of the factors that push more young people to our services over the last year. So, young people can be quite invisible in that couch surfing, but normally they might be there, if they're lucky, for around 6 months, and then they've run out of options. They've been through all the friends and those broader family circle, and then they're at the point of, looking for somewhere to stay, whether it's in a park or on the street. They're going to initially try and avoid some of those very unsafe hotspot areas, and we'll often see them at front yard, after perhaps they've had a night or two like that, and then the police or youth workers or word of mouth on the street will get them to front yard. So they're absolutely shattered by the time they get to front yard. They've had a really exhausting, long process and highly stressful process of not knowing where they're going to sleep from night to night.
Well, Vicky, I'd love to finish just by asking for a little more info on front yard itself, and more specifically, how important this event that we're having right now is to MCM in terms of its fundraising abilities, because no doubt that's taken a hit as well last year and this year.
Yeah, look, we have seen a real increase during COVID. If you're asked to stay home and you don't have somewhere safe to be, and maybe you've been able to sustain that by going to school or, hanging around at shopping centres or just staying out of the home for most of the day, then that's going to really precipitate you needing to leave home perhaps a bit earlier than you otherwise have to, or you wear out your welcome, as I mentioned, you pose that risk. So certainly we've seen an increase from young people seeking help during the pandemic. And in September, we had twice as many phone calls to our services as we had pre-pandemic. But of course, our doors have stayed open throughout the pandemic. It's an essential service. So we will see, 40 to 60 young people typically on any given day looking for help. And there's only a handful of crisis beds. So we do our best to triage young people and back to somewhere safe if they've got it for a night or two, possibly into a hotel or a motel for a night or two, until we can get them into crisis accommodation. And that's when the work really starts with them, to help address the housing, to help address some of the trauma, given the backgrounds that they've come from, to build their life skills, connect them with housing, with education and employment. But the demand is really great. And so the fundraiser like Sleep at the G, it's all about helping us add extra services. So the last couple of years, we've used the money that we've raised from Sleep at the G and other donors and philanthropists to build a new refuge in the West, which we just finished in July this year. And a couple of years ago, we redeveloped Front Yard and put 18 beds of new crisis accommodation in there. So we do really meaningful projects that actually add capacity into our system and allow us to do so much more.
Vicky, thank you so much for helping me, and no doubt many of the audience members who are watching this from home understand a little bit more about the need. And I might come back to you in a moment's time after our next performance to hear a little more about how directly people can help out with all the challenges that you've just been describing.
Thank you.
MCM CEO Vicky Sutton, what a passionate advocate for this cause. Bless you all for being here tonight as we continue our Sleep at the G at home with some more music coming up right now. This is going to be awesome, I promise you. I've had a sneak listen to some of the music of the performer that we're about to watch. Papua New Guinea born, now Nam and Melbourne based Kaiit burst onto the scene in 2017 with her debut single, Natural Woman. The subsequent release of her debut EP, Live from Her Room, fueled her first sold-out national tour and established her as a must-see act. Since then, Kaiit has gone on to win an ARIA Award for Best Soul R&B release for her 2019 hit, Miss Shiny. Alongside Kaiit tonight, in just a few short years, Adrian Eagle has gone from writing music at home in Adelaide to playing festival main stages and arenas worldwide. He's released a debut EP, Mama, and garnered an ARIA nomination for A-OK. They'll be joined by Mikey Chan on guitar for a rockin' set. Please put your hands together and welcome Kaiit with Adrian Eagle and Mikey Chan.
What up, Sammy? Thank you so much. We are live at the G, recording in our own little spot. My name is Kaiit, K-A-I-I-T. I'm so thankful to be on these sacred lands performing. I'm with beautiful Adrian Eagle.
Good love.
And we got the one talk, Mikey Chan, playing the guitar. Super thankful. So this first track is going to be called Miss Shiny. It was written in a time where I had no belief in myself whatsoever and a lot of second guessing, and this track's like a reminder of my strength, and I need to listen to this song whenever I need that little kick, that little reminder. So this is Miss Shiny. Thank you. Woo, 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 woo. Woo, 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 yeah. Wah, 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 wah. Ooh. I got pressure, she called me diamond. No time for mistake, too scared for writing. And I dreamed this reality since I was a youngin'. Write down who I be, and now the manifestation's coming in. Now why you acting like what? Now why you acting like that? Put your thoughts into the universe and she gon' bring it right. But you so hard on yourself, mama, you don't need that. Now you're your biggest critic, girl. Best believe that. Best believe that. Best believe that. I needed to hear that. And my overthinking will be the death of me. And my pointless stressing will be the remedy for my motivation that I feel I need. Why? I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekdays. Got so much pressure, that's why this song be stuck on replay. And I got I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekdays. Yeah, got so much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on. Now that's where how to know how to act, a false reality that I seem to create it in my head to make me feel I'm not deserving of these things I do. And the only track you're vibing is IG Part 2. And what's that? As a matter of fact, this is just a reminder that so happens to be a rap culture, doing exactly what you wanna do. And now she flying to your state just to sing for you. Ooh, we are my wild track over top of what? Whoop, whoop, yeah, yeah. Up, babe. Whoop, 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 yeah. Bubba dee, bubba, bubba, bubba. Ah, da, doo, boo, whoop, whoop, yeah, baby. Whoop, 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 doop, bubba, da, bada, bubba, 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 what, yeah, yeah, but I'm better, baby. Am I ever think it will be the death of me? My pointless stressing would be the remedy for your motivation that you feel you need. Ooh,
yeah. I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekday.
Oh, she called me. Ooh, she called me.
So much pressure. That's why this song be stuck on
replay.
I got pressure. She called me diamond on the weekday. So much pressure. That's why the song be stuck on
replay. Yeah. I got boy, I got so much pressure. And on the weekends I actually like to call me.
So thankful to be performing at Sleep at the G. It's very important, super, super important, and it's what we need to be doing. And if you have capacity to donate, please do. Super, super thankful.
Yeah, nah, I agree. If you guys can just keep the donations coming in, I mean, it's a crazy time for the whole world right now, and it's super easy to forget that there are youth out there who are homeless. You know, that's what this whole event is for. So please, let's put our minds, let's put our prayers, let's put our thoughts right there. Thank you guys for tuning in, sending you all big love, and we hope that these songs bring you some joy. This next song here is called A-OK, Acts of Kindness. So thank you guys. And I had a demon up in my head, yeah. Was chewing up my life away, yeah. I know in my heart I'm good, and I'm learning how to stay good. I just wanna live free and fly right through the day, yeah. With kindness in my heart, an act of kindness is a start, yeah. Check, now I'ma hit him with the, yeah, A-OK, and I'ma hit him with the A-OK, and we're gonna be A-OK, cause we hit him with the A-OK. Everything we do in this life is on the path of freedom to live righteous. You gotta live better than you were though, but the only person better is yourself though. So yesterday, don't dwell about it, just learn about it, how we couldn't grow without it. I wanna be the best man I can be. Surround myself with only good energy, and I look to Jah for strength and guidance on the way. And our journey is eternal, learning every day. Oh, oh, A-OK, and I'ma hit him with the A-OK, and we're gonna be A-OK, cause we hit him with the A-OK. Acts of kindness. People show us to remind us, yeah. Some people so negative, but love is the answer and the remedy. I'm a young country boy, yeah. I got my head screwed on, but now I see a new face of a nation. All my brothers, sisters, leaders of their generation. Mama raised me on a single budget home. Might not know what she got into, but she loved me though. Yeah, she got me a CD player radio, and now she hears the eagle on the radio. Smiling, looking in my rear view. I follow my passion for a reason though. Let that inner love be your leader though. And love and compassion can be your healer though. For all them fighting every day. And all them single moms with one on the way. You're gonna be A-okay. And I'ma hit them with the A-okay. Sing, yeah, A-okay. And I'ma hit them with the A-okay. And we're gonna be A-okay. Cause we hit them with the yeah. Sing, yeah, A-okay. And I'ma hit them with the A-okay. Freedom, oh, freedom, yeah. Freedom, oh, freedom, yeah. Big love.
Big ups. Back to you, Sammy.
Thanks, Kaiit. Let's give some big ups to Kaiit right now and to Adrian Eagle and Mikey on guitar. That was awesome. Hey, Vicky Sutton, MCM CEO. How you going?
I am going really well. I'm just loving this music. I'm dancing in the background.
We've got
I'm
like a
getting hotter and
backstage room
hotter.
happening here. So like Vicky and I are backstage watching this together and we're just both sort of grooving away at home. I hope you're all grooving as well. Hey, Vicky, you were eloquently expressing what MCM exists for earlier, but now I would just love to hear how people can help MCM if they want to in a rather more direct fashion.
It's all about the money, Sammy. Everyone that's on here is on here because they're supporting us. So, work your networks tonight. Send them lots of photos of you doing it tough. There's rain outside. Have lots of sad faces and cold shivers, and escalate those texts and the social media and push people. I do. This is a cause that's so important, and your money's going to help young people. We're going to make sure that it makes a difference. So really, sleepattheg.com.au, send people there to donate for you. And of course, if you're a donator already and you're on here supporting us, thank you. Spread the word. Love it. That's it, really. The platform is open to the 14th of November. So, if you've joined us for the concert and thought, gee, I would have liked to have done it, there's still time. You can still, because we're at home, we've got that little bit more flexibility. You can still put a little team together and pick your own night that's the right night for you and your family, or you and a couple of friends to do a sleep out at home. So, find somewhere dry outside, stay safe, that's important, and ask for the money.
I couldn't have put it better myself. Vicky Sutton, we are coming to the end of our concert now. So as people reflect on how they can help spread the word and share those selfies of their efforts tonight, and not just tonight, but in the weeks and months, of course, ahead. In fact, in the 12 months ahead before we're all together, we have got our headline act. I could not be more excited. Vicky, do you want me to introduce him or do you want to do it?
Can I?
Okay. No, okay. I'll do some biographical points and then you can say the name, okay?
Okay.
So, viewers, everyone at home, audience members, we're about to be entertained by a multifaceted, multi-award-winning musician, writer, performer, and artist who has won a total of 6 ARIA awards, including Best Male Artist. He also boasts an array of other accolades over a time span of more than a decade, showcasing his diverse and ever-evolving career. Vicky, who are we about to enjoy?
We are going to enjoy Dan Sultan.
Take it away, Dan.
Thank you, Sammy. Hi, my name's Dan Sultan. I'm really happy to be here tonight, playing you a few songs for Sleep at the G, helping to put youth homelessness to bed. This first song I released last year. It's a relatively new song. I'm going to do a couple of songs that are really new after this. Hope you enjoy it. It's called Tarred and Feathered. Well, he knocks at my door all the while. He knows I ain't home, and the bell is ringing, and it's playing my song. They're saying that I done something wrong. Tarred and feathered, laying low on the land, but always a jewel in my heart. They can hang me up high as it all fades to black, but they don't know the man that I am. The morning is broken and our hearts are warm, and the light of you never fades. They can darken our doorstep, but our love won't wane, and they won't know the blessings we've made. I'm tarred and feathered, laying low on the lamb, but always a jewel in my heart. They can hang me up high as it all fades to black, but they don't know the man that I am. Well, I'm tarred and feathered, laying low on the lamb, but always a jewel in my heart. Well, they can hang me up high as it all fades to black, but they don't know the man that I am, and they won't know the man that I am. This next song is called Saint Nor Sinner. Sitting back, I leave them all behind for the poison that I like, for the conscience killer. Just another sweet day on my own. I'm a king upon his throne, not a saint nor sinner. All my days they break and ended the same time, with the street lights out each All my days they break and they end at the same time. With the street lights out, it's easier to hide. All the world is awake and grafting on the grind. Another perfect day with the poison that I like. Another perfect day with the poison that I like. Thank you very much. This is my last song. That last song, Saint Nor Sinner, and this next one going to be released very soon. Please remember to show your support for Sleep at the G and to help youth homelessness go to bed or put youth homelessness to bed. It's my last song. Thanks very much. Dan Sultan. Well, I wish that I was young enough that I could start again. And I wish that I was old enough to know that nothing matters in the end. And I wish that I was brave enough to finally show you who I really am. And I wish that I was man enough to be a man. These rivers, they wind in mountains flow, and it weighs on my head, this pot of gold. It's been too many nights and stories told. Now I remember in that moment that I could have given you the truth. And the way that you looked at me and well, I wouldn't look at you. Now I wish that we were young enough that you and I could start again. And I wish that I was man enough to be your man. These rivers, they wind in mountains flow, and it weighs on my head, this pot of gold. Been too many nights and stories told. And it weighs on my head. And it weighs on my head. These rivers, they wind in mountains flow, and it weighs on my head, this pot of gold. Been too many nights and stories told. very much. I'm Dan Sultan. And back to you, Sammy.
Wow. Dan Sultan, I feel a little bit chuffed being thrown back to by the one and only Dan Sultan. I know we have not all been together in a room or indeed at the G tonight, but it has still felt to me like we've all been part of something really special and something very important, as I'm sure MCM's CEO, Vicky Sutton, would agree.
Absolutely. Amazing night. Love the performances. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thanks to our performers. It's been fantastic.
Is that Woody really hot? It looks like it would be like those fleecy and sort of warm. Are you going to
Yeah,
be okay?
I'm dying underneath. And particularly after all the dancing, I'm dying underneath. So, yeah, as soon as we're finished here, the Audi comes off and I'll cool down and then I'll figure out what I'm going to do with the wet weather out there.
Indeed, as no doubt will everyone joining tonight. Hey, thank you so much for being on board, everyone. Here's to us all being together in person this time next year. But in the meantime, thank you for all the artists for giving up their time tonight to entertain us. And please remember, you can still donate. Please dig deep and please encourage your friends, your colleagues to do the same. Stay online if you'd like to watch back any of the performances you've seen, or if you missed the whole thing, because the whole show will be available for you to watch here on this same link in a couple of minutes' time. I have been Sammy J. It's a true honour to be asked to MC this event, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Take care tonight. Sleep well. See you again.
Leap as well as you can. Bye.